Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay.
We're back here talking to Mr. Raymond. Mr. Raymond, just to let the audience know, he's a World War II vet, retired master plumber. Almost hit 96, right?
Be 96 in March.
In March. Okay, so almost 96 years old. And we posted a video up online on Sewer Roundtable Review, and it got a lot of positive feedback. And so what we're doing is we're following up on some of your questions, and so today's the follow-up. So, Mr. Raymond, how's everything going today?
Everything is going real good. I've only fell down one time this year.
Oh,
That's pretty good for me.
I hope you're joking on that one.
No.
You're being serious.
I'm sure I only fell down one time. Of course, they put me in the bed for 2.5 weeks.
You need to talk to your granddaughter about using that walker. Your family's going to see this, you know.
Well, that's all right.
You're going to get me in trouble here.
No, I'm not going to get you in trouble either.
All right, so to the audience, one of the things was Mr. Raymond was a CB back in World War II. And what was your rate again?
Machinist mate, 3rd class.
Okay. And back then, machinist mates were like permanently attached to the C. They were like a CB rate?
Well,
or were they just
regular
attached
Navy
to it?
rate? Yeah, at that time we all had patches. You know, Seaman 1, 2, 3, or Seaman 1 and 2, and then some other rating or something. And being that I knew how to run bulldozers and cranes,
Okay.
they figured I was a motor mech.
Now, how long were you in the military for? During World War II?
I volunteered, and I was in almost about 3 years, maybe a week or two shy of that.
Okay. Let me ask you this. When you were in, I know that was at the beginning of your career, but where was the chief at?
Who?
The chief. The Navy chief. You know, the chief in charge of everything. Was he on the job? What was the role of the chief back then?
We had a first lieutenant that was 2 years older than I am, only he had a college education, and I didn't have one. So I was a motor mech, and he was a Lieutenant JG.
Okay. And
chiefs we had was different chiefs for different things.
But what did they do? Were they like on the job site with you?
Yes,
were
sir.
they in? They were on the job site.
You better believe it. Everybody worked. We were a supply depot in Europe.
Okay.
And stuff would come in aboard ship, aboard rail, and we had warehouses. The 29th Construction Battalion built all the huts, Quonset huts, in the warehouses, and we received and we shipped. And I wound up periodically driving from Southampton, England, to Penzance.
What's Penzance?
At the end of England.
Oh, okay, got it. Now let me ask you, going back to that chief question there, and this is like my personal question.
Okay.
Is that, so the chief was on the job site, and they were kind of like supervising everything, kind of making sure everything was done right?
Yeah,
And
we all knew what we were supposed to do, and they'd come by and take a look and satisfied, and they'd go do something else.
Back then, who was in charge of training the officer? Or was that something you even knew back then?
I knew nothing about that.
Okay. But it wasn't the chief, because the chief was with you, huh? That's what I would.
Oh yeah, no, the chief was with us.
Okay.
And even the JG was with us too. Yeah, he was with me the whole time I was in Europe.
Really? Well, in wartime, I guess that's something, you know.
It's different
everybody.
than today.
Yeah.
And incidentally, so is the pay scale.
Right.
There's a difference between $66 and $73 and $125, and I don't know what the top was in there. I don't know what the old man was drawing.
Right. Just to kind of put that in perspective for the viewer, back then, how much did a meal cost? Like if you went into a restaurant and you just bought a regular meal, how much do you think you would have gotten charged, or would it cost you?
Maybe 15 pence.
Oh, because you were in England. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay, so let me ask you, so here are some of the questions, and we'll just talk since we're on World War II. What was your, so the night, are you able to remember the night before you were deployed overseas?
Yeah,
What was it like?
just another night.
You didn't do anything special. You didn't celebrate. You didn't go all out.
We
Nothing.
were in a disbursement point in Rhode Island.
Got it.
And we got up that morning, took the train back down to New York, and they had buses waiting on us there, and we just crawled from the train into the bus and onto the ship.
So you guys got overseas by ship.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay. How long? Do you remember how long that trip was?
going across?
Yeah.
About 7 days, I think, because we zigzagged all the way across the Atlantic. And
Oh, because of the U-boats, and so you can't go in a straight line.
yeah,
Is that right?
We had one U-boat spotted there one day, and he was on the fantail. So they started dumping ash cans on him.
What are ash cans?
Explosives.
Oh, okay, okay. Are those the ones that look kind of like a barrel,
Yeah,
and then they go in the
like
water and they stink a little bit, and then
Like
they
a
blow up?
55-gallon barrel.
Okay.
They go down and get wet and go off.
What did you guys do? So during that 7 days, what did you guys do to occupy your time?
Wish we were home.
Just write letters and play cards and stuff like that?
That's all.
Yeah.
Because there was 1,100 of us on the ship. So we worked, or we were above deck
Mm-hmm.
today, and tomorrow we're below deck. Kept shifting back and forth.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, so you mean to tell me like they split you guys up into two big groups or something like that?
Us and everybody else was on the ship. It was Army, Navy, Marines.
Oh. Back then, wow, okay.
That was a transport.
Okay, understood. And then is that where they came up with hot cots? Did they have that term?
Who?
Hot racks. Hot racks. So in other words,
Yeah.
you'd be sleeping in your
Sleeping
rack.
in a bunk tonight, and tomorrow
Yeah.
you'd be standing up or sleeping on a deck in a chair.
Huh. Okay. Got it.
Or laying in a hammock.
Yeah. What did your parents think when you enlisted? Did they have any say in the matter? Were proud of you? Sad?
No,
Anything?
I had already left home.
Okay. What was it that made you decide to join?
The good meals and a good clean, I can't say it if it's going to be public, but it was a good clean mattress and a mattress cover
Okay.
with
Yeah.
a couple of white wool blankets.
Okay. At your age, Mr. Raymond, you say anything you want. If
No,
anyone judges you, they're
but
on the wall.
I wouldn't say what we called it.
Yeah.
It was a sack, though.
Okay. Yeah. I want to hear if I want to hear the churched up story.
Yeah.
I'll watch the History Channel. If I want to hear how it really happened, I'll ask you. All right.
Okay.
So, what was the most memorable thing you ever experienced, good or bad? If it's bad and you don't want to discuss it too much, don't worry about it.
Good or bad?
Yeah. In World War II. Good or bad?
The only thing that I really had deep sympathy for was the day that two of the fellows got crushed to death under a vehicle. We don't know what happened. I never did know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing that two of us could do to relieve them in any way.
Oh, so there was just wait. So two people got crushed.
We had things that we buried that nobody had any business about having.
Mm-hmm.
And I was coming back one day from the, I guess you would call it a trash deposit.
Mm-hmm.
I was coming back one day, and these guys was laying in the road there with a, I don't know what you call it. It's probably called a 4x4. I don't know.
Okay. Just like a wooden board or something.
No, it had a bed on it and a cab and what have you, but the thing was on top of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they were losing all their blood and everything. That was horrible that day.
Well,
But that's about the most agonizing thing that I've seen.
okay. All right. Well, let's not focus too much on that.
Oh, yeah, I would
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Who's your closest? We call them battle buddies today. You know, someone who you might have went into boot camp with. Did you have one? You know, and then you like went all through deployment. Did you have anyone like
I had
memorable?
2 of them.
Who are they? What can you? I want the good stories now. I don't want
you want the
I want the dirt on these guys.
Well, Virgil Neal was the best one, and he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Cancer got him. And there's another one down in Gulfport, Mississippi, and I don't know whether he's even alive or not.
Do you remember it? Now, there's a lot of people that are going to watch us from Gulfport, Mississippi.
Well, that's all right. They can watch it.
No, but what I mean is, though, they might actually know.
For the people
What's his name?
For the people down in Gulfport, Mississippi, if Murphy Florist is still in business, give him a try.
Murphy Forest.
Murphy's Florist.
Murphy's Florist.
Yeah.
Okay. That was his name, or that's
No.
That's his
Murphy's
business.
Florist.
Okay. And then
It's a flower shop.
got it. What was his name? Do you remember his name?
Murphy.
We'll go with that.
Last name.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I forgot his first name.
Yeah, you know what? There were so many times when I was stationed overseas, and I was the worst one of them all. I always went by first names. That's why.
Yeah, yours is the hardest.
I was terrible. You know, I was terrible with that. But it was one of those things where you always, especially, you know, hey, what's that guy's name? Oh, his name's Johnson. No, what's his first name? First sergeant. You know, or petty officer or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any good stories on the? Did you guys get any hijinks or any good stories on that one you could share?
No, not really. A fella from Pennsylvania and myself, we were both the same age.
Uh-huh.
And we were going to go to town that night and celebrate. But we'd have to walk in some mud or wet, real mushy soil to get out the gate from the base. And we decided it was more work to clean up the clothes and the uniforms for trying to go to town to have a beer. So we just went to the canteen and had a sandwich and a cup of coffee, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was my 21st birthday.
That's how you celebrated your 21st birthday.
That was my hooray for 21.
Was the drinking age back then 21?
Yeah.
Back then it was 21 to drink?
Yeah, but there wasn't many people to buy. We bought beer and gin and everything else.
Wow. Okay. What was the legal age to buy cigarettes? I'm just curious. Do you remember?
I don't know. They sold them in the store and we bought them.
Back then they just they issued them out, didn't they?
No, it cost 5 cents a pack.
Oh,
I bought Lucky Strikes for 5 cents a pack.
Okay, pack of 20?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I shouldn't be asking so much about cigarettes, but I'm just kind of curious about that.
Well, you asked a while ago about food.
Yeah.
When I went and served, you could buy a hot roast beef sandwich for 20 cents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
that's good eating too.
Yeah. Arby's is the only thing I think serving hot roast beef now.
I had one
Yeah.
No. I can't think of the name of the place down there now. It's not Wendy's. No, we'll get back to that.
Yeah,
anyway,
we'll get back
they
to
had
it.
a good roast beef sandwich on their menu today,
Yeah.
but it's far from 20 cents. I think it's something like $7.50, $8.
They don't make it like they used to. They don't make them like they used to. They don't.
I heard
Yeah.
the cameraman whistle on that one.
Yeah.
Woo! He said.
So let me ask you. So back then, how did you stay in touch with your family?
By letter.
Everything, and then how long did it take from the time you would write a letter to the time you would get a reply? Was it a month, 2 months?
Yeah, maybe 2 months you get a reply.
Jeez.
Mail runs slow.
Mm-hmm.
Slower then than it does today, and it's like a snail today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then what did you guys do to entertain yourself while you guys were overseas over there?
Well, we mustered at 8 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
0800, and we had our midday meal, and we had had the evening meal. I think it was 1,700 for the evening meal.
Mm-hmm.
17, might have been 1,800. No, 1,700.
What'd you guys do after the last muster of the day?
Sit and play cards, shoot craps.
Okay. Okay.
In other words, just amuse yourself.
Okay.
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You'll be back to work tomorrow.
Yeah. What kind of pranks did you guys pull? Anything good? I'm just reading.
You're reading off a list.
I'm reading off the list. Yeah.
Pranks?
You guys probably weren't even focused on that stuff, were you?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
No, you'd hear Jerry come across getting ready to bomb somebody somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We had an Air Force base right behind us. We didn't even know it was there, so the P-38s started taking off from there. Then we knew it was there.
Hmm.
And in general, just hang around, shoot.
I gotcha.
Maybe roll the dice or play poker or something in the hut.
Got it. Got it. Do you recall the day that you your end of service? Do you recall that day? Anything you could share with us on that day? The day that you stepped across the blue line and you went from military to civilian?
Yeah. Uncle Sam sent me a howdy doody letter, and the boss that I was working for at that time, he come out and brought me that letter out. And he knew what it was because brown envelope and the whole thing. And I read it and I thought, well, that's good. Now all I got to do now is go to draft board and find somebody down there and tell them I don't got to go with them. I'm already in the Navy. Because I was already been in the Navy, was on reserve though.
So what do you mean by you got to go to the draft board?
Well, I had a draft call for the Army.
Mm-hmm.
But I had already enlisted in the Navy and they put me on reserve.
Mm.
We'll call you when we need you.
Okay.
This is during war now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it kind of tore up my plans.
How so?
Well, because when I enlisted, the yeoman that was doing the work down in Los Angeles, I said, is there any chance that I'm going to be home for Christmas? Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. We went through Salt Lake City, Utah when I went in that night,
Mm-hmm.
when they called me, and we left. And what's her name was on the loudspeaker there singing White Christmas. And
Okay.
it was snowing up a storm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. And then...
Yeah, I remember that night real clear.
Do you? All right. Last one I got, and it's how did the war affect your perception on what's important? Or I'm sorry, did the war affect your perception on what you believe to be important?
Yeah, that I would come through without being killed and be able to resume my life when I got home.
Did it make you change the way that you look at things? Like, sometimes, like...